challenge. Periodically, I challenge myself to drop what I'm doing and bug out to our location. What this involves is a little bit of practice. I just essentially last minute, unplanned, find out that I've got some open time, and I drop what I'm doing and head to the property. In order to know that what you've prepped is actually gonna work, you gotta try it, you gotta practice it, you gotta actually use it. One of the things that I've learned is watch your fuel, watch your food, watch your expendables, and make sure everything you can get, you can grab and go within about 10-15 minutes. One way to accomplish this is create a list. Put the list on your phone, put it on a piece of paper, somewhere where you're not gonna forget it, maybe even laminate it, put some frequencies on it, phone numbers, addresses, the things that you just can't retain in your head that you want to know if your electronics aren't working. Clearly have a paper and back it up on the phone. The reason you want it on your phone is everybody's got a phone all the time. When an event initially happens, unless it's an EMP or a solar event, you'll have your phone on you for sure. You can pop it open and remind yourself, get your kids meds, get your kids Whoopie, the thing they need, get snacks, grab a tote or something that has everything you need in it with the list sitting in the tote, so you can grab the tote, look at the list, grab the things, get out the door. Fuel, you're gonna have, most events are geographical in location. Meaning it happened here, you gotta go somewhere else, and you gotta get there faster than everyone else. Time is of the essence. The fastest way is to have a full tank of gas. That's not realistic. If you can refuel before it ever gets below half a tank, you're doing good. If you can't, have some stashed fuel. Have something you can throw in your trunk, strapped to your roof, whatever it is, that you can grab from behind your barn or your shed or wherever you've got, and get out the vehicle. That way, when you get 100 miles away or whatever distance your fuel tank allows, dump that fuel inside your vehicle and get going another half a tank worth of distance, then fuel up. Cash is king. However, just because an event happened doesn't mean all the electronics are down. So save your cash until you actually need it. Something I really like is having the ability to buy with a credit card on my Garmin watch. I just type my code in, stick it on there for gas, and I go. If I forget my wallet or lose it or it gets stolen or something, I've got my watch. If not, I'll throw cash in a Wazoo belt and just take that with me. When I was a contractor overseas, I had thousands of dollars on my person in different locations, so that if I lost my wallet, lost my whatever I had the ability to grab cash out of this pocket, that belt, this hat, and kind of move forward with a little bit of greasing of the wheels. Make sure you have your dinosaurs. YouTube doesn't like dinosaurs, so I can't really show you the depths of this, but make sure you got your dinosaurs. I like my small handheld dinosaur, my whisper pickle dinosaur, and my long range dinosaur. I think it's a really good combination. Maybe you can throw in an Armalite dinosaur, maybe not. So you can't bug out unless you got a place that you're gonna be. One of the best things that I think you can use is an Overland vehicle. That is the place you're gonna be. If you can fuel it up and just keep going, even just one tank, which is usually 300 to 500 miles, is plenty enough to put you in another state or another area, another zip code at least, so that you can get away from the event that happened wherever you were at. Having an Overland vehicle gives you the ability to go to a truck stop, pop up a tent, sleep in the back, do whatever you've got to do to reset until you get to your final location. Not everyone has a final location like this. I understand that. This isn't exactly my definite gonna bug out location either. I might want to go to grandma's house. I might want to go to my friends up in northern Canada. I might want to go visit some of the survival dispatch guys on the East Coast. This, however, is a good hour-ish location outside of the city, so if something's going bad, I can come here first, refit, grab some cached items, and get out the door. Now, if you do have a bug out location like this, you want to cache food, you want to cache fuel, you want to cache reloads for your dinosaurs, you want to cache the things that give you the ability to egress to your location, be here for a little bit of time, and then go somewhere else. If you're going to be here full-time permanently, you're going to have farming implements, you're going to have fuel, solar, and a much stronger infrastructure. Otherwise, you're going to be really primitive and it's going to suck come winter. The go bag. What goes in the go bag? The go bag, or the bob, or the bug out bag, that came from military people. When I was in Afghanistan, I'd be rolling around on a Humvee or an MRAP, and my go bag had ammunition, medical, extra batteries, and 1 or 2 subsequent secondary means of communication. whether it was a local phone for the local phone system for the country or some sort of encrypted radio or whatever. Because what I really needed was something that could refill and refit my body armor, my kit, and those kind of things. If you had a go bag, it's because your vehicle got blown up and you got to get out of it and go 200 meters to the other vehicle. It's not because you're going to grab this and hike for 1,000 miles to another country. That just doesn't happen. So with that in mind, your go bag is a stopgap measure that's going to get you from point A to point B. Here's what I have in mind. I can't show you what's in this zipper, but it's got a whisper pickle on it. Does a little bit of rabbit farts, throws some lead, and it's got a G locker in there as well. So I've got that there. This is a legit thing I'm carrying regularly, so I've got some soda in there because, you know, it happens. So in the back of this, I have a little bit of reloads. I've got paperwork for my whisper pickle. I have a dark energy device that I can use. The cool thing about something like this, and I was talking with my friends that spent some time in the early days of Ukraine where they were going in and out of a country that wasn't functioning, is that this will keep your phone going for a week or two, depending on how much juice you put in it. Maybe you could put 2 of these and that just doubles it up. And all you got to do is plug this into the car while you're driving and your phone while you're driving. That way when you detach from the car, your phone has its battery plus this, which will give you a couple more days. This is Tiger Stripe, which is not a normal camouflage, but it's also urban appropriate. It's military-esque kinda, but not necessarily. There's no military that uses this in modern days. So you can kind of get away with it in an urban environment, and it still works as actual camouflage when we're out in the brush. So in this first pocket, I like this little handle, it's kind of cool, holds it up. In this first pocket, I have a GPS device that also sends text messages. So if there is a grid down system that takes out the cell phones or whatever, I can text people still using the satellites. It'll run on an app through my phone, or it'll run independently, and it'll help me to find where I'm going. This can also plug into that dark energy device and recharge it, and then slap a cell phone on there and you're good. I don't know what that's for because I can't talk about those. So this down here is an IFAK, an individual first aid kit. I have quick access to a tourniquet. If you need this stuff, you need that stuff. If you're not carrying that stuff, you're wrong. It's probably more important to carry that stuff than it is to carry this stuff, because that stuff is not going to get you in trouble legally, and when you need it, you need it. Okay, the big box here. I had some empty space purposefully because I had things in here that I've since taken out. I've got my hat, my gloves, I had a jacket and a few other things to keep me warm. I've got a brick for my whisper pickle down there. I've got a light here. I've got a couple of whatever these are to refill my dinosaurs. So we're good with that. So basically what I have is reloads, medical, communication, and power, so that I can take the tools and devices that I need for the short-term problems and extend their duration. And then I can go from a house where I reload this to a vehicle where I reload this to a final location where I solar panel, power station, reload it, or purchase or whatever it is that I got to do. So keep in mind, this Bugout bag, it's a transition device from point A to get you to point B. And you need to look at survival related there. The number one thing that kills people in survival is exposure. That's why I've got jackets and stuff in there that are in my car, and space to add more jackets. And it's a bag. You still want to go and buy things or do things or exchange things to add to it. So having a little bit of space inside of your bag is valuable, because if I get a rabbit, I need a place to put it. If I trade something, if I want to pick something up, whatever, I need space to stuff it, so I'm not walking around with my loot in my hands. So we'll recap this. Have a Bugout bag, hidden, quick, accessible, have fuel, have power, have a paper list. The worst thing that you can do is forget something really important like your cell phone or your whatever when you're running out the door. Check your paper list, put that paper list in the box, have the box easily accessible. Inside the box have food and insulation type items, water purification items, and that list. So you grab the box, look at the list says get medications, get grandma's this and kids that, and you grab it real quick and you get out the door. On that list you'd have fuel, and basically the overall objective of this should be to facilitate your ability to travel from an affected area to a non-affected area until you can get more stuff, which means you got to have cash to get the more stuff. You have to have motivational tools to get more stuff. You have to have a way that you can refill, refit, shoot, move, and communicate. All right, hopefully this is valuable to you. If you want to add to this, leave a comment down below. I will check it. I'll respond to you. Hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.